Welcome back.
I love this new place. Looks really amazing.
Thank you so much. We are here. We prepared all this. It's a new office.
Yeah.
Where we're looking forward to doing more podcasts, more shows, and even have sessions.
I love this place. So I am back.
Welcome.
You are such an amazing person. I just had to come back.
Asante sana.
Now, motherhood brings me here today. You know, they say have babies, it's fun, it's a joy. Until you have them, yes, it's fun.
Hi, I am Lydia Karemi. I'm a counseling psychologist and a marriage and family therapist. Welcome to H Consult Limited, where we offer therapy services ranging from couple therapy, premarital counseling, individual therapy, family therapy, mental health group therapies, workshops, and trainings. We talk, you heal, I don't judge. Visit us at the Spa Mall, Vicar Road. Our offices are on the second floor, room number 18 or S21. We look forward to seeing you. Get our contacts on the screen. See you soon.
Coming up on the Rawder Kidula Show.
We have two stories.
We have two
stories.
Everyone shares their story.
Everyone has to share.
So can I share my story?
Please.
I opened the box and it were two pretty green earrings. That one melted my heart.
Wait, you don't think about your best friend? You had anger issues.
Yes, I had very bad anger issues.
What's the worst she did?
Don't say this on camera.
Do you hear when they say men slap women?
Yes.
There's a time she slapped me. Yeah. Imagine.
We'll give you a curtain.
Let me tell you.
I remember there's a time he sat me down and said, you have a problem, Mercy, and this problem you can overcome it. And I want to be part of helping you.
Wow.
She was just sitting. And then she told me, you know, today, Fanny, I've not felt the baby. And I asked her, because you love oranges, and yesterday you told me the baby was kicking well, and we are just 2 weeks away, probably let me cut for you some oranges.
Yeah.
The baby will feel.
It was a tough period for us. Tough period that I would wake up and cry.
She left twice.
You have packed and left.
Packed and left. On Friday with the baby, coming back on Sunday.
I can't let this one go. Where were you going on Friday and coming back on Sunday?
My sister is dying.
Twice.
Why did you come back?
In fact, one day, there's a lady, she was going, she met a lady in the stairs. That
a
lady
neighbor.
told her, go back.
Go back.
This is the Rodah Kidula Show.
Hi guys, hello wherever you are watching this from and welcome back. This is the Rodah Kidula Show. If you're new here, welcome. We are so glad to have you today and we hope that you will visit all the other videos and watch. This space is all about marriage, trying to inspire one another to work on our marriages and to always include God in our marriages. My name is Rodah Kidula Kedaha and I've been married for 6.5 years. Yay! Seriously, no one else is like it's an achievement. It is, right? So we have another amazing couple today. Before that, we are recording this from H Consult. This is their convo room. If you come for therapy and you are in a group, this is where you will be. For group therapy, you come to this room. And there's also another room for couples and individual therapy called Lydia Karimi. The number is on my description. If you are looking for a therapist or you know someone who is, she is your plug. And for everyone who's planning for their weddings, their birthdays, and any other events, you know JK Studios is your photographer and videographer. His number is always on my screen, on and off. So get that number and just save it, even for the future. Yes, so I have a friend called Hobbs, DJ Hobbs.
Yeah.
Backstory. DJ Hobbs texts me and tells me, there's this couple I've hosted on TV47, and I think they should be on your show because their time there was so limited. And they should be on your show. So I'm like, give me the number. So he gives me Mr. Ochollas' number, and I reach out, and he is like, okay, we are good. I'm like, good. When? Today. And the day finally came. Thank you so much for even answering my texts. You know, there are people that prefer call. So when I WhatsApp someone, sometimes I feel they will think I'm a joker. So thank you for taking WhatsApp messages seriously. And for responding, and I'm so glad that you came today. What we do here is introducing each other. You've been married for 12 years.
Yes, we've been married for 12 years.
Please introduce this gentleman to us. Yes.
I think he should be the one starting first.
Okay, Mr. Ocholla. Please go ahead.
All right, I introduce to you Wanza Ocholla. She has been my wife for the last 12 years. She's a mother of 3 kids, 1 in heaven, 2-year on earth. And the journey that we have walked for the last 2 years has been interesting. It has got its ups and downs, and we are glad you invited us, and here we are.
Yay!
To talk about marriage.
Thank you. I want to know about what she does for a living.
She's an interior designer. This is something that she started right in the house, and now she has grown. And I'm happy for her. And by the way, I've been praying for her, for God to give her something to do.
Wow.
I'll tell you that story.
Please. What's her personality?
She's a go-getter. She's you know when they say the personality type red. She's a real red. If she makes a decision now, it has to be done. She's a no-nonsense. That's my wife.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm opposite of her.
How are you married for 12 years? Let you tell us. Yes, please introduce your husband.
On my right is my husband. We've been married for 12 good years. His name is Steve Austin Ocholla. He's a calm, collective guy, the opposite of me, a very hardworking person. He's our pillar. I call him our pillar. The way people say women are more prayerful in marriage, he tends to be more than I. Wow. So he's our pillar. He's our prayer person in our family. He does everything for us in terms of Bible reading. Actually, I will call him our pastor.
Yeah, priest.
Our priest. Yeah, he's our priest in the house. That's him. And he's opposite of me. So me, I'm the red person. For him, is just a calm, collective guy. He talks less, and when he talks, it has to be something big.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom.
What does he do for a living?
So him is an accountant. I've known him since because we've dated before marriage. We've dated for 6 good years.
Really?
Yeah, we dated for 6 good years.
Accountants are slow in this. You have to be right in everything.
In everything. So we dated for 6 years. So in that period of dating and marriage, he has been an accountant for all that. So all my life, he has been an accountant. He has never changed the career.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, 12 years.
12 years.
I would like you to tell us about your passion for interior design.
Okay. Before interior, I used to be employed. I used to work as a customer service representative, a trainer. So I used to train people in regards to customer service and how you can handle customers. So that was my pretty work. And my line of duty, all my works, because I've worked with Safaricom, I've worked with MultiChoice, and then I landed a job with JQuat. But it was in partnership with another company called GoIP. So I've worked there for 8 years. Then I decided to follow my passion. My passion for interior started when I got married to Austin. So I used to do stuff in my house. And then those time, green, yellow, orange was the color. Yeah. In my house, you will find green, orange, and all that. So I used to change my house a lot. And I developed a passion. I normally call it a gift. because it's not something that I've studied. It's something that came.
Yeah.
And then I started the business in 2016. So in 2016, it was not huge because I used to do curtains for people, house arrangement. So people used to call me Marciola Curtains because anytime you wanted curtains, I'll be the plug. So when you do the curtains, you do the matching of the carpet and all that. So I did 2016, 2017, 2018. So come 2019, before COVID, that's when now I started venturing into bigger projects like expansion of the house. If your bathroom renovations, renovating the space. So it became big, and that's when my business became a boom. At least I got known. So my first project that I did that trended, his mother gave me the project. So his mother built a house in Kisumu. So she said, Mercy, I've come to your house. I've loved what you do. I've loved your touch. There's a project I want you to do at my house in Ahero. So she told me, just do you. I'll give you colors and I want you to do you. So that's the project I did, and I went viral. So from that time, I think she gave me a platform, and I'm grateful to her. She gave me a platform because I uploaded that video on TikTok. It went viral. It got 500,000 views. I did it on YouTube. It also got a lot of views. So it gave me a breakthrough, and that's what I am doing now.
What's the name of your business?
Alocho Interiors. I'll tell you how we came about the name. So he's called Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve.
Steve Austin Ochollas.
Will not forget.
Yes, so he's called Steve Austin Ochollas. So I took his last name and I turned it the other way around, Alocho. So his name is Ochollas. So Alocho.
Wow.
Little did I know that Alocho has a different meaning in Luo land. And this one I came to discover recently last year, that Alocho in Luo means winning. Yes, it means winning. Actually, there's a project I went somewhere in Nairobi. They wanted me to renovate their offices. So that lady told me, do you know what's the name? How did you, her first question was, how did you come up with the name Alocho? So me, I know, I just turned his name to, do you know that Alocho means winning in Luo? And I was like, no, I have no idea. So, and that's when I told him, I am glad at least I know the meaning, and it works for me because
you
God
are
has
winning.
been, I'm winning.
Wow.
Yes.
The name and the contacts are on the screen, and her designs have been moving around as she was talking. So if you're looking for an interior designer, Alocho is the place.
A place to be. We will come and transform
anywhere in the country.
Yes, we have rates for different places within Nairobi and outside Nairobi. So once they get in touch with us, we can engage and see the way forward to it. Maybe we can talk more later.
Yes. Wow. Thank you so much. I need to know who saw who first. Let's meet now. Let's meet. Now let's get married and date for 6 years.
We have two stories.
We have two stories.
Everyone shares their story.
Everyone has to share.
So can I share my story?
Please,
You can.
Let me share my story. Life is very interesting. I was dating her friend.
Let me put this tea. There's better tea here.
There's a better tea here. I was dating a friend. So apparently, it came a time that we were not in good terms. You see, young people stuff. So apparently, her friend used to send her to me, like, take this card to Austin. So I'm looking at this lady who is the mediator. And she's like, Austin, what happened? So would you guys like to go back together? So me, I'm like, no. Second time, she comes again. Third time, she comes again. So the fourth time, I have a friend. Then I ask my friend, hey, the lady who's been saying me, I feel I like that lady. Her personality is good. She's too caring. Even she's asking me of my well-being in the middle of all this. So I ask my friend, can you arrange, like, we go for coffee? You go with her, Me, I'll come later, like join you guys. I pretend that I was passing by. Then my friend did that. Then me, I passed by. And all things now started flowing from there.
Yeah.
And that's how.
And you broke up.
Yeah, of course.
Wow. your side of this, your version of this story, please.
How we met. We used to go to church together. We've been, I think he has seen me grown because we met when I was still young. I think I was in class 4, right? Yeah, class 4.
Wait, when these letters are coming...
No, the letters were not the period that we knew each other was when I was in class 4. 4, 5, 6 there. 6. The letters were coming from 1 there when I was in Form 1, Form 2. They're dating with my friend. We were not close, I'll say. And most of the time we'll brush shoulders with him. Probably if we meet, he's like, hey, and how your hair is not looking well, you know. And today you look too brown. And I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? You know, so we had moments where we brushed. And for me, he will not be a perfect person for me because of the brushing. And I remember I told God, I'm not planning to get married. Those sides, the western side. So my thought of him getting married, having anything, and also he was my best friend's boyfriend. So we didn't have anything. And then his type of girls was different. You know, he used to like. I'm not saying I'm not pretty, but he used to like light, pretty girls that I felt. That I felt I was not the right match for him because we've grown together. I've seen the kind of ladies. So if I was to put myself with those girls, at that particular time I felt I'm not the right his type, you know. And then for him, he used to look like a cool collective guy, Barbie, you know. Na mimi nimelelewa ghetto. Those time if you used to stay in Buruburu, Komarok, when you are a rich kid. And as we grew up in Kayole, so you know those are two different areas. And
where are we meeting in church?
Yeah, we're meeting in church. So our church used to be in Kayole. So him used to stay in Buruburu and I in Kayole. So we used to meet in church. So I felt his level of living was different from mine. And also the type of girls that he used to date were different from how I looked. So when Vicky invited me for, I think it was a lunch, it was a shock. So I had to sit down and listen, what does this person want? He didn't say, I want to date you at that particular time. He said, I want us to be friends. And he came with a gift. So my first gift, he came with a gift that looked like a ring, a small box. So like this guy is asking us to be friends and he's bringing a small gift like that looks like a ring. So I opened the box and it were 2 pretty green earrings. That one melted my heart.
Wait, you don't think about your best friend? You're busy melting your heart.
You know, he didn't say, I want us to date. He said, I want us to be friends. So for me, I didn't think we could reach that particular stage of us having a relationship. So when he gave me the gift, that's when I paused. In my heart, I am happy because this is something I like. I like green. I have green earrings here. This is a nice gesture. So I felt good, and I was happy. I think we talked and then we left. When we went back, I think that's when he wanted to see if we can match, or maybe if we are compatible. Because after that, that's when he broke up with. They had broken up, but officially, maybe he wanted to make things officially that now I think I have seen someone that I like. So they broke up, but I still did the the cards, apology cards. The lady used to send me still the apology cards. Would you still want to be friends with this girl? Like that. But for him, he had a different view, which he didn't mention. For me, I thought he requested for us to be just friends. So that's it. That's how we met. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. When did it officially become dating?
Count 2012, 6 years going back.
Yeah.
So that is like 2006.
Yes.
I think it was in April on Easter. I think we had closed school and we had a concert, you know, churches with concert, back to school concert.
This is high school.
Yeah, this is high
This is
school.
happening in high school.
I was in Form 3. Yes.
Wow.
We started early. I was in Form 3.
How will we tell our children not to date? There's a testimony here.
Okay, so now I think what happened, we used to be in choir, and every time he will go to stage, he will leave me with this Bible to hold the Bible. So we are still friends. Can you hold this Bible for me? I'm going to the stage to sing. I'll pick it up when we are done. So there's a time he left a Bible, and I went through it, and I came across a card. A card was, would you remember what was written? It was like a tree planted on something. It was something like a word of encouragement. So I went through the card, and for some reason I felt bad because that card was not given. I felt that card was not meant for me. It was for someone else. Yes, we are friends, but when I came across that card, I felt bad. I felt like, hey, I'm being given a Bible to hold that has a card maybe for someone else, probably not mine. So when I handed over the Bible, that's when he said, I have something small for you in the Bible. So he gave me the card. And I think that time is when he asked, can we take now our friendship to something else? So that's when we started
You
dating.
said yes.
Yes, I said yes.
What had you seen?
I actually saw my opposite.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw a lady who can make decisions. I saw, despite that, Form 3. Yes,
I know. You're too young.
Too young.
Too young.
But I got it right.
Yes. But you still got it right.
I got it right. But that time also, I think I was doing my CPA. I think I was doing my section 1 of CPA. And sometimes, those times it used to be tough. I think CASNEB used to fail you in a purpose for you to repeat. And I saw a lady who used to push me, and still she's in school. So you tell you, this thing, you can do it. Maybe you can finish it up. And I decided in my heart that I felt this is the one. This is the one. I'm going to wait for her. Finish school. If she's going to college, let her go to college. But I'm going to stick with her and just wait for her.
What are we doing while we are waiting?
We are friends. Dating, most of our dating used to be, we'll go to Arboretum, take a walk, talk, come back. Those are the things that we used to do, and probably send me a letter while in school just to wishing you all the best, like that. There's nothing much we could do because he was in church, I was in church, he was the praise and worship leader at that particular time. So we could not do much that would bring issues with him being a leader in church and all that. So it was just, we were dating, but let's say we were just more of friends. Like if we close schools, we could just take ourselves. We will go places that are open, like Arboretum. I'll prepare something like that matoke and nyama, go to Arboretum, sit down, have a talk. What subject is bringing new issues like that? He's good at maths, and I'm the opposite of it. We will talk, take a walk from Arboretum to town, get a matatu, go home. he goes home.
And
We meet
take smokies, eh?
and take smokies. Our dating was very funny. On our way from Arboretum to town, if you meet smoky people, we will eat smoky, we will eat mayai, we'll eat nyama, maize, boiled maize, we'll eat everything that we'll meet. And there's a time we went, I think, but that one was after we had cleared school and I got work. So after we got work, he would visit in the morning to say hi as he goes to, because he used to pass at, I used to work at town center. He used to still work at Upper Hill. So he will pass in the morning, say hi, and then go to work. In the evening, he will come pick me, then take me to where I'll get a matatu and then go home. So there's a time, our dates used to be funny because at that time we didn't earn much, and also he was in school, he wanted to save a lot to take himself to school, all that. So our dating used to be funny. At times we'll find ourselves seated at Mudura.
Yes.
On those benches. We will talk, give us mayai, we enjoy our mayai, give us our boiled maize, smokies, we'll enjoy, and then you go home, then like that. Yes. Because in church we'll not do much, because it was just meeting hi, like that. Also, we didn't want people to know we are in a relationship. You know those times?
Yeah.
If parents discover that you're dating, it was an issue. It was illegal, yeah, you know. And church pia wa mama kanisa.
Church women, us now.
I have no problem.
We are now the church women.
We are now the church women. Yeah. So, and then our church at that particular time it was very strict. They will not want to see a boy and a girl standing alone or walking. You know, they didn't want that image of that church has kids who are dating, they're walking around the community.
Yeah.
You know, those are the things we were trying to avoid. And him also being a leader, we didn't want to have too much.
Issues.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now that explains why you did it for 6 years. Now we
Yes.
understand.
Yeah.
She was in Form 3. They've counted from Form 3.
Yes, Form 3, yeah.
How old were you now when you were getting married?
When we got married, I was 24, he was 30, because our gap is 6 years.
6 years.
Yes, yeah.
The preparation, you had told us that you didn't want to get married from Western.
So that one was also
what changed?
But between our dating, because after I cleared school, you know, as a girl you have expectations. Now you've cleared school, probably you've gone to college. So you expect the guy to make a move. And me, I'm seeing years are still going. So there's a time I asked him, where is this relationship going? Because I felt now we've dated for so long. I'm out of school, you know. At least now we should make a move. And I remember his answer was, he said, for now, I don't have any plans. That one broke my heart. That one broke my heart.
Austin, what are you doing with our girl?
That one broke my
Without
heart.
plans.
No.
So I remember I went to visit. At that particular time, he had moved from Buruburu. Now he stays in Mountain View. So I had gone to visit him. It was a Christmas period. So when he said he doesn't have plans for now, me, I felt I didn't want to spend more time with someone who does not have plans. So I decided we have a break.
Yeah.
You take your break, me, I take my break. But our break didn't last for 1 week because we could not, we are used to each other. So you'll find he will call and say, I'm just checking up on you. And I felt, this guy, it seems like if as much as he does not have plans for now, maybe I could give him time and get to see what he wants.
Yes, so you need to explain.
I need to. You see, at that particular time, I was in school.
Yes.
And I was chasing my certificates. And I didn't, in my heart, I thought to myself, she can be a little bit patient, but I didn't explain to her. So by the time she was asking me that question, that's when I said, for now I don't have that plans. You see, I'm cool, calm, and collective.
Yes.
So I thought whatever that is in my mind, she's able to interpret it. and she could not interpret it.
Yeah.
So she told me we break up. So, but I knew in my heart, if I call her, hii kitu itaisha within just a week. So I keep on calling her. Then I think later I explained it to her and she understood. But it was worth waiting. Yeah, she can testify of that.
Yes, it was worth waiting.
It was
for.
worth waiting.
So on now telling the parents.
Yeah.
So after we came back and he said I need to give him time. Because I think the school part of took toll of him because he had done a recap of the sections.
Section 4.
Section 4. So I felt I'm also being too hard on him.
Yeah.
So we took time. When he was ready, he said that now I want to meet your parents.
Yeah.
And I said before meeting my parents, I need to go prepare my parents.
Yes.
And me, I knew my parents taking a guy from that side would
Where are you
bring
from?
I'm a Kamba.
Oh, you're a Kamba.
Yes. And him is a Luo.
Yes.
So I felt it will be of issue. And before him meeting our parents, there's a time he came to our place to visit. And apparently my dad came in. A time that we didn't expect my dad will come in. So my dad, he already had met my dad. My dad greeted him and say, how are you? And what's your name? What do you do? Yes. So what do you want with my girl? Me, I've never seen a guy coming to chase a girl until their parents' home. Get out.
Oh.
Yeah, I was chased.
You were chased.
Yes.
I was chased.
So he was chased. He was told, go away. So I remember I prayed to God and I told God, I hope this will not break the relationship. Because he didn't have a good experience with my dad that particular time. And I knew when it was time to tell my parents, my dad will still bring issue because of the previous encounter they had. There was nothing wrong with the way a guy will visit, prepare a tea, and your dad will find you. The guy seated there, I'm seated there, but my dad didn't expect. You know, them is a time.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to visit a girl. You're not allowed to go. If it's meeting, you have to wait for the girl on the bushes like that when they're going to the market or to get water.
Yes.
Yeah, but this time this guy came. So my dad didn't expect that. So when I went to approach my parents, I had to be wise. So I had to pass through my mom. So, you know, ladies have to pass through their mom.
Yes.
So I went, I told my mom, I feel it's time for me to get married. And I was still 24. No, it was 23. It was 1 year before. So I said I'm ready to get married, and I know it might not sit well with my dad, me getting married to this particular community. Would you mind getting my uncle and try and sit with my dad? My dad was very tough. Up to now, my dad is still tough. So, and I think that's what my mom and my uncle did, and my dad took it nicely to my shock, and I think I was called and I was told about when would they want to come.
Yeah.
So I think I told my parents I need to go sit down with him because first he needs to come himself and then get to introduce himself nicely and then now bring the parents. So we discussed with Austin. So he had to look for a friend. The guy who helped him get.
I was lucky. Vicky was apparently a good friend
to my parents.
Also the parents.
Yes. So
where did you get the courage to go back?
I had to go back because the dad told me if you are serious, you will come back.
Yes.
If you are serious, you will come back.
So you went back to show you are serious.
I had to go back.
So he looked for the friend. They went, the Victor, and it went well. And it's because Victor and my parents already had met. At that particular time, my siblings were small. The last two brothers were small. And every time my brothers will go to church, Vicky would carry them with that time Vicky had a car. And then you say if my siblings come back, they'll say, hey, Vicky carried us with a car, you know. So Vicky's name was known in my parents' home. So when Vicky came, at least it was it was okay.
Smooth.
Actually, yes.
Soft landing.
It was soft landing. So they did the introduction, and then I think for him, he didn't talk. It's Victor who did all the talking.
Wow.
So a friend of mine has found a flower here, and you will want to come and plug the flower. So Vicky was told the parents need to come first. We need to know each other and all that, so that at least we see where our child is going. And that's what they did. The parents came. It was very smooth. The way I was expecting chaotic or chaos when getting married to that, it was very smooth.
Wow.
But Vicky was very wise.
Very wise.
Because also he told the parents, you don't know, you might see Austin and Wanza outside there.
Yeah.
And you might hear stories outside. So we are just come to confirm if you hear, it is true.
It is
Something is happening between these two. So don't believe on the stories there. So if anything happens to your daughter, call this man. And if anything happens to this man, we are coming for your daughter.
Wow. That was there any opposition from your side?
No. No.
For him, I think also he was wise. For him, he had introduced me before even the intention of getting married. So if they had family events, he would invite you as a friend like that. So people, before even the intention of getting married, at least people knew me that particular side. But but that is on the sibling, cousin and all that. But when he made a decision of getting married to me, he started taking me now to, because he's an orphan, so he had to take me to people who have raised him. So this weekend we said we're going to meet my uncle, like that. So he takes me to the uncle, and then this is the girl I would want to marry. I wanted you to meet her. The next weekend we'll go to auntie, like that. So now, before him bringing the parents to me, I'd already
met them.
They met them.
Wow. We get to the wedding. How was it? What would you do differently in the planning and the wedding day?
Funny thing, our wedding was smooth. It was. Do you know the one that you said this one is God? Ours was God. First, we got a wedding planner.
Oh, nice.
Imagine we got married in 2012.
2012.
Yes, we got a wedding planner who did the planning for us, and our wedding we didn't even spend a single cent. Yes.
Who funded your wedding?
I think guys were happy for us getting married.
The church, our parents. You'll find like his mom will say, catering, that one, don't worry about it.
Wow.
Just tell me what you want, I'll feed people.
Wow.
And that's what she did. Actually, our wedding, we took it far. Because we are people persons, and we avoided to have a large number of people. So we took it far, and people will still come. People came.
They still followed you.
People still, because we did it in real BTL. So people still came. So our wedding, we didn't fund it. People funded the wedding.
Wow.
We got even our honeymoon. We got support that we didn't expect, and we sat down and we told God, this is your plan.
Wow.
You know, the way things went smooth, things went well, that God was with us.
Good.
Yes.
Honeymoon
was
God
okay.
was
God was with us, yes. We went, we came back, we had a nice time.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's get married. Now we are married, right?
Now we are married.
Is marriage what you expected, year one?
Okay, every girl has their own expectation. You know, when I want to get married, I want kids. I want my husband will be doing everything for me.
Oh yes.
My money is my money. You know, those things. You know. But hey,
year one. What was the biggest shocker for you in marriage?
Personality issues.
That's what attracted you. You wanted opposite. You wanted opposite.
Now, let me tell you. There's part of me he didn't actually. We dated for 6 years, but there's one element of mine that I didn't show him. I used to suffer with with anger issues. I'm someone who
You had anger issues.
Yes, I had very bad anger issues.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Just picture this.
Yes.
I went to boarding from class 5. Me.
Yeah.
From class 5. When I used to come back, even I didn't get time like to sit with my dad. So I used to go to my grandmother's home to stay with my grandmom.
Yeah.
After a while, then my dad passed away. And I'm still in boarding, transiting in boarding school, coming back, transiting in boarding school. After my granddad passed away, I went to stay with my auntie. In my auntie place, we were just 2 boys and the rest are girls. So many ladies.
Yes.
So interacting with ladies was much more easier. So, and we were free because my aunt was not a person who will say like no to us, and most of the soft life, and most of the time she wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
So we were on our own, like
Yes.
who does this? Today me, I'm doing this. You are doing this. You are doing that. You are doing that. So that was the level of leadership that you were given. Now, and we are not used to. I was not used to someone who gets angry fast. Faster.
Yes.
Like a small thing, she sparks.
mad.
So in my head I was wondering, what? I didn't see all this during dating. Well, what was I doing?
She never got mad during dating.
Hey,
Yeah.
cool, calm, collected.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a good
way,
Yeah, the good side.
the way you hear people at wanacheza white. That was a
During
white
dating.
card. That was a white card during dating. So small thing used to spark her. Small issues.
Yeah.
Then I was wondering, hey,
What did I get
what did I
myself?
get myself into? And those days, you remember, when you open to watch news, you hear somebody was killed.
Oh, yeah.
So I knew, hey,
This
with
one.
this anger, maybe one day I might wake up and be stabbed. And some issues you could see, they are not
Magnitude.
They're not big issues.
Yeah.
They are things that can be resolved.
What's the worst she did?
Don't say this on camera.
I think we are answered.
But anyway, you can share.
Like hide her.
No. We told you before, we're going to be open. You see the way you hear men throw remote?
Yes.
She's the one who did it.
Oh, throwing a remote.
Throwing a remote. Do you hear when they say men slap women?
Yes.
There's a time she slapped me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We'll
Imagine.
give you a curtain.
Let me tell you. Pia wanaume huko nje.
No, wait. For women, we are told when he slaps you, you leave.
Yeah.
Why did you stay?
I stayed because I liked her and I realized she had anger issues and I had to find out what were her fears
Oh, yeah.
that she could spark. Then later I came to realize because when I used to go to work and come back around 8, she was like, you're
It's supposed to be here.
not early,
Yeah.
you're leaving me at home alone, blah, blah, blah. She could spark.
Yeah.
Then I realized she has fears. Probably when I go, she feels that I won't come back, or probably I'm with someone else.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And all these things does not come up. There must be a root cause
Of it.
to it. Probably how she was raised up.
Yeah.
And probably she thought since we are married, it could be, we'll be there like 24 hours,
Yes,
like
sitting
looking at each
together,
other, cuddling. Something like that. So when I realized it's about her upbringing,
Yes.
then I had to steal that confidence in her. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. I'm your husband. And I'm intentional about this marriage. Yeah. So that was it. So I could stomach everything she said. And you see, anger is something that you cannot turn around in a day.
Yeah.
So I had to pray about it silently.
Yeah.
So whenever she's angry, I will allow her to throw all the words she wants to throw, to say everything she wants to say.
You were not saying anything back or slapping back?
Me, I could, if it gets bad,
At times you'll walk away.
I was taught to walk away. And some of us were taught, because I had sisters. Remember, my aunt, I was an orphan. My dad passed, my mom passed, so she was raising me. And then I had cousins also who were orphaned, and all of them were ladies. So 3 ladies, we live together. Then she has daughters also. So we have so many sisters. So every time her word was, take care of your sisters. Something like that. So to me, when it was that, I decided to take care of her
And be of help.
To her. I could have left.
I remember there's a time he sat me down and said, you have a problem, Mercy, and this problem you can overcome it, and I want to be part of helping you.
Wow.
So I remember there are times he would share books that I could read on how to manage this anger issue, and it was not only on marriage, even at my workplace. If those people I've worked with, they can say, if you cross me, I'll even stay a month without even speaking with you. And we work in the same office. It was not only about marriage, it also affected my surroundings. So I remember there's a time he sat me down and said, Mercy, there's a problem here, and this one we can work together. I want us to work on it. He started referring books that I can read to help me know how to manage anger issues, or if I get myself to that place where I feel I am angry, how would I handle situation? And it really helped. It really, nowadays you cross me, I look at you and I smile, but those times
my wife is a kind of person, you see the way this cup is here, if it is moved here, and she will notice. And then it will bring a big problem. Why this cup was here? Why has it been moved here? I left it here. Who moved it? Then it becomes a issue. A very big issue. And me on the other side as a man, it's just a cup, and it's still on the same table. You can still take the same tea. So what's the issue here? So let me just bring it back to you here, and you cool down.
Wow. So that's a season in year 1 of marriage.
Yeah, that was a season in
year 1. We had to deal with anger issues. And we thank God.
Also, the other thing we had to deal with, I think after we got married, our baby is a honeymoon baby. So before the baby came, finances and all that were easy on us, because we'll bring our resources together and meet our daily expectations. But now the baby came, going back to work was an issue. I got a transfer. I think there's a way, if they want to get rid of you,
they give you a transfer
or they do something to make you quit. So I had to quit because I was looking, I have a small baby. I am newlywed. How would I go to like a place like Sotik and leave my, so I had to quit. So now finances was coming from one pocket. So it also became a struggle, because by that time we will join resources together and everything was met. Now is one person. You need your hair to be made. There's baby here, there's food here, there's family here. So that one also 1 year became a challenge to us a lot. And that season, I think my mom was a pillar to me at that particular time, at least, could tell me, Mercy, these are the things, some of the things you get to encounter when you get married. It's not going to be all roses. There are times where finances will be there, there are times finances will not be there. What is it that you don't have? My mom will say, we don't have this and this. Okay, take this and this. When your husband comes home, you'll find there's something. And at times I will not even tell him, because he pays the rent, there's the electricity, there is the baby, and with babies, diapers, there's clothes, you have to clothe me and the baby, there's my hair, there's transport like that, and there's also siblings that are looking upon him. So at times I'll not show it to him that we are struggling. At times I'll just go sit with my mom, cry with my mom, and my mom will tell me, Niunga kuna ni mafuta. My mom will take me to the supermarket, buys me all that. He comes home and he finds there's food. Probably he left rice and beans. He will come and find there's rice and meat. And my mom played a very big role because it made me who I am today. You know, it made me become a person that I don't have to be dependent on him. You know, I can also chip in this marriage. If it is food, I can come in. You know, I had to remove that mentality that is men that provide in marriages.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Did you plan for the honeymoon baby? Was that your desire?
Obvious, that was my desire. Me, I wanted a baby. I wanted a baby immediately. Because we've dated for 6 years. Me, I felt for 6 years, if it is going out, we've gone out. If it's hanging out, we've already. So now we're in marriage, now we need babies. So I wanted a baby. So we got a baby immediately. Because it was exactly 1 year after we got married. Oh. So for him, I don't know. For me, I
married in December. The firstborn came on October. So it was immediate.
Immediately, yes. Yeah. It was a honeymoon baby.
It was a honeymoon baby. I have a gift for your teen daughter. Sorry to interrupt the conversation. My name is Rawder Kidula, and I present to you this book for my beautiful teen girl. It's a gift challenging the teen girl to have godly values. It talks about many issues that they go through and inspires them to be better teens. See details on the screen of how you can get it. Thank you. How was it living with a pregnant woman?
It was not a tough one.
Interesting, because remember when she's pregnant and almost due.
Yeah.
Sometimes she could wake up in the middle of night. Like she feels something.
Yes.
And she demand.
I want.
At 3 a.m. Take me to hospital. And I don't feel something is right. Then I could tell her, relax. Everything will be all right. First of all, those days there were no Ubers.
Yeah,
you have to call a taxi.
To take
and to get a taxi now also is hard. And sometimes the way it's normal by there, I don't know. 12, I feel like eating sijui what.
Yes.
I feel like doing normal. This thing. I feel that.
Stay awake with me.
I stay awake. And me tomorrow I'm going to work.
To do what? Stay awake and do what?
Just to sit with her, talk. She doesn't feel like sleeping.
Wow.
And also I had heartburn. All my pregnancy I've had an issue with heartburn. So you'll find I will not want to sleep early so that the food digests well. So maybe you'll find around 12 I will want him to stay. If I'm not sleeping, you should not also sleep. I'm carrying the baby, you should not also sleep.
Yes, we are together.
Yeah, but for me, apart from what he says, I got a supportive person because that particular time we didn't have a household. So he would chip in on helping on households. On weekend, we'll say, you wash this section of the house, me, I'll wash this section of the house. Or do this, relax, So me, I got the support that
you needed.
Yeah, I needed. Yeah.
Wow. It's now 12 years later.
Yeah, 12 years later.
What has been your toughest season in these 12 years?
Our toughest, for me, which I believe is also for him, is when we lost our second baby. I think that was the toughest for us. Yeah.
It was tough. In fact, it was 2 weeks to delivery. And I can remember she was seated at the corner. I was at the dining. Then she was taking oranges. No, she was not taking oranges. She was just seated. And then she told me, today, Fanny, I've not felt the baby. And I asked her, because you love oranges, and yesterday you told me the baby was kicking well, and we are just 2 weeks away, probably let me cut for you some oranges. The baby will feel, and the baby will start playing. So she took oranges and she's saying, no, I feel something is not right. And you remember that morning we have gone to church, we have come back. So she has said, hey, even after singing in church, praise and worship, all that, I've not felt anything. Even now I'm in the house, I'm not feeling anything. And I said, okay, let's go to hospital then. So we went, and then the shocker came. Like,
I think that was
the baby
the toughest.
is no more. 2 weeks too. And all that time when we were going to hospital, everything is all right. The doctor is telling you, you guys now, you are ready to receive your second born? And we are going, yes, we are going to receive.
You know the reason why I say it's the toughest? Because our first pregnancy, we didn't have an issue conceiving. So the second baby, they call it the secondary infertility. So we had a struggle getting a second baby.
What was the age gap?
I think it was 5 years plus, because I think they're 7 years apart with the second born. So it was either six to 7 years gap. Because when Trevor was our first born, Trevor was 4, I think. I felt we felt we needed a second baby, so we started trying. And when we started trying, I could not conceive, because I felt I conceived the first baby very easily. So the second baby should, So it took a time. So I had to consult also. So when I did the consultation to the gyna, they found out that I have a PCOS. That's the hormonal balance, which affects women differently. And I had also gained weight. So I was told, for you to get another baby, you need to reduce, to lose weight. So I started the journey of weight loss. I managed to lose weight and still could not conceive. But to my surprise, after years went, I got pregnant. So it was a baby that we looked for to get. Then the journey was okay until now, 2 weeks to delivery. That's when we lost the baby. So this is a child that we expected. So we trusted God to give us, and this is a child that is nowhere, And personally, I have never lost anyone close. So I didn't know how to juggle between the emotions. I didn't know how to handle emotions. It was a tough period for us. Tough period that I would wake up and cry, and he could not even control my crying. Tough moments that I didn't want anything to do with God. I said, God, you and me, let's take a break. You can't bless me with a gift and then still take that gift. So I didn't want anything to do with God. I just said, God, you stay away and let me stay on this particular corner. So for me, I felt that was the hardest.
The toughest.
And funny enough, God has a way of handling issues. He gave us still support. We got a huge support that I didn't expect. When I was in hospital, when I was at home, that journey, my boss at that particular time, I was given a period to rest. When I am ready to go to work, feel free. I didn't get pressure. So for me, I think that was the hardest.
How do you mourn as a man?
It's tough. It's tough. And this is now where wisdom applies. It's not that men do not mourn. We mourn. But wisdom applies here is that in marriage, you have to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture here was, she was emotional. Her emotions were too high at that time. So one of us had to give, to pretend that I am strong, I'm able to, I can stand. So when she cries, I had to give her a shoulder to lean on. But luckily also me, I had a group of men. And that's why also as a man, you should be having like people, friends around you. You see, like David and Jonathan, people you can go to later and say, hey, this thing is hurting, this thing is not good, for those people now to console with you. But when you go back home, you need to stand now with your woman. You need to tell her everything is going to be all right. Despite losing a baby, I believe you're going to get another baby. But deep down also, you know, you're not even sure you're not going to get another baby. But you have to give hope. Then after giving hope and making sure she's all right, you go back outside there for find your friends also to give you hope as you cry. And they tell you the same thing that you're channeling to your wife. So marriage, and that's how you balance things, and you need to be wise enough. If you are not, if you all break down, if I can say, because the doctor say you cannot conceive, I still believe you cannot conceive another time. Probably let me look for someone else. Probably we can depart. Probably we can do a lot of stuff. So
and you know also why I still insist it was the hardest. It's because after losing that baby, we got a bad report from the doctor that I have a weeks I cannot conceive again. So he was called aside by the doctor and said, now you need to take care of your wife. She can't conceive again. Yes, those are the exact words he was told. But he didn't tell me. These are things he later came to tell me.
But you conceived?
Yes, I conceived. And you know, God, when I was in that journey of bitterness with God, I was asking God, for how long will I wait to get another baby? For how long? I have waited for so long to get this baby. Now I am on another journey of waiting, which I don't know when I'll get another baby. So, and God is still God. He amazes us in ways we can't explain. So my wait was not long. Actually, a period of 7 to 9 months, I conceived. I didn't plan for it. So I got sick and I was weak. But before I went to the hospital, I decided, let me take a pregnancy test to see if I could be pregnant. So to my check-in, the line was so faded that you still believe, but you still don't believe. So when he came home and I showed him and I said, I am not sure because the line is too faded. We can confirm when we go to the hospital. Yes. But at that particular time when I discovered that now I'm pregnant, I had to look for people I still had a team to work with. There are ladies that really supported me. They helped me through the journey of healing. My journey of healing was amazing because they paid for I remember there's a paid photo shoot that I'm a photogenic person. So there's a photo shoot that was paid, fully paid, makeup was fully paid, outfit, I had to go take photos just to, to be myself, to come back. And also my sister was there. My sister stayed for us for a period of 1 to 2 years. Yes, because there are times where he will not even control me, And at times I felt he was not mourning enough the way I wanted him to mourn with me,
He was not mourning
enough. As in,
as him,
he looked too strong. He looked too strong. At times I would ask him, baby. At times I remember he asked me, are you blaming me for all this? And I'm saying, no, it's only that you look so strong. Okay. And I'm wondering, how are you okay? Is it because you didn't carry the baby? For me, I was like, I have connected with this baby. Is it because you didn't carry this baby? Is it you're not feeling how I am feeling? You don't understand the weight that we had to go. But now for my sister was the part of me. So my sister would, if I want to cry, would tell me cry. And then after crying, she would pray with me and tell me, Mercy, everything is okay. So she felt my pain, So for him, as much as he was encouraging, I felt that I needed that time where all of us sob in tears,
together.
But he didn't want to show that part. He just wanted to give me hope. Which worked well also.
And he was there being strong for you.
Because it made my healing also easy.
Even when she was saying she's not going to church, even me, I'm saying we are not going today, we are staying in the house.
If I say that I don't want gospel songs in my house, they say, okay,
what do you want to listen?
We listen together.
We listen together.
And this God, I remember I also shared this story. When I said I don't want anything to do with God, God brought people in my house. And every person who came to my house came with one word. As in, these are different people, but their word is the same.
Yeah.
You know, the story of Job. Everyone came, even at times you will find a client who will say, Mercy, I heard you lost a baby. I will want to come see you.
Yeah.
You know, God gave me a team that I felt love. And I said, God, I know this is hurting, but I am feeling the love that you're trying to send across. And there's a time I sat down with God and I said, God, now I want you to tell me what's the way forward.
Yeah.
I am sorry I've kept you aside, but I am back. I need you to tell me, what do you want with me? And then God surprised me.
With another baby.
So before God surprised us with another baby, every year our church has a theme that we normally walk with it. So that year God gave our church a theme of restoration. It's the year of restoration. So I remember I told God, this year you've given us a word of restoration. I want to take this word personally. I want you, God, to restore. And for sure God restored. We lost a girl and God restored a girl. And I remember when God restored, I asked God, what would you want me to name this baby? And I remember Kambua's song, Anatimiza Hadi. That song kept singing. And I remember, God, you gave a promise, you fulfilled your promise. And there's this song, Unatimiza Ahadi, and my baby is going to be called Ahadi. Yes, so that's how we called our baby Ahadi. Yes.
How was that Ahadi's pregnancy?
Ahadi scared? Yes. Ahadi, of course. Ahadi's pregnancy was a back and forth to hospital. Any slight thing I could not feel that is not right, asked to the hospital. It was a journey of prayer. It was a journey of rushing to the hospital, you know.
Ask me how many times I've been called from work.
So many have called
slight.
Find me. Ata simgoje. I could not wait. Find me in hospital. Let's go.
The God restored.
God restores.
When you got Ahadi, did you feel less pain for losing?
Yes, when I got Ahadi, I felt less pain. There's that joy that comes, and when you look at the word that God has fulfilled, it brought a certain level of calmness and peace that you cannot even explain. But now when Ahadi came, it was not the end of worrying, because Ahadi came with issues that we had to be admitted 1 week in hospital. So after delivery, we went home, we started nursing and all. My sister still stays with us. She left her house to come. She's not married. She left her house. She could only go clean her house and come back. Yeah, because she wanted to be there with me, and I thank her for all that she did. I remember there's a time Ahadi was born with reflux, and I didn't know, and we didn't know how to go with a baby, to handle a baby who has reflux. So there's a time I breastfeeded baby Ahadi, and as usual, Bab put the baby to sleep. And that time I was in the sitting room. Something kept telling me, you need to go check the baby. So when I went to check the baby, I found the baby. It's like a baby who has convulsed. The eyes are white. The baby has turned somehow purple, because she's a black beauty baby. So she had turned blue. So I panicked. I took the baby, went to my sister's room, threw the baby to her, and I went back to the bedroom and I knelt down and I started crying, asking God, not this one again. God, you cannot take this one. So at that time, I remember my husband was also in the living room. I didn't throw the baby at him. I went to where I felt this one understands me better. So I threw the baby at my sister and I went to pray. So when he came to the bedroom, because he had me, I cried loudly. So he said, Mercy, you need to pull yourself. You need to pull yourself together. So he went, he looked at the baby, and he came back and said, prepare, we need to rush to the hospital. We need to take this baby to the hospital. And I think our neighbors, we have good supportive neighbors. They made that sure that the baby was taken to the hospital well, and we were admitted, and they found out the baby had a reflux, and we were taken through on how to take care of a baby who had a reflux. They said it's something that the baby has to outgrow. So there's no a particular medicine that they can give, but they can show you how to take care of a baby who has that. And with time, they will outgrow the issue. Yes.
Wow. Hey, God our restorer.
Yeah, God our restorer.
God restores.
Yeah.
God restores.
How have babies changed your marriage? Even though you started with babies.
Did they really change marriages? They just change the level of parenting, and babies bring more responsibility.
And also time sharing. So the time that you used to spend together, now you have to divide the time.
Times divide by 3.
Divide by 3.
And when now baby Ahadi came, we had to learn how to balance love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because now you know now that period of Ahadi has come, so our attention was on Ahadi more. But my sister took the role of my of a mother to, even when we lost baby Sifa, we called him Sifa. When we lost baby Sifa, we didn't have to tell Trevor this. My sister took that role. She had to explain to my firstborn, you had a baby sister called Sifa, she's in heaven. When you pray, always ask baby Sifa, you know. So she made the journey of Trevor easy. Even when baby came, she made Trevor feel loved, that Trevor will not feel lost. Yes.
Because there is that.
There's
he
that.
was also expecting a baby.
Yes.
You have to balance.
Yeah.
You have to balance.
Yeah.
Because even if you show love to one kid,
The other one feels.
they tend to know.
Yeah.
And I remember I've been in that space. I know men with their girls.
Yes.
So sometimes I could see, you'll come home, Beba Eliana, laugh with her, forget about Trevor a little bit.
Yes.
Then I could realize when I open the door, the first person to rush to me is Trevor.
He wants to do it before the sister.
Before you forget about me.
So you decide now if I go, because he's the firstborn,
You start with
I start with him and then I go to the sister so that you can. So babies just bring some level of responsibility and babies bring some level of balance also in the house. And they bring, now fatherhood now has to come out. You see now the way people are told about absentee father.
Yes.
A dad who is abusive. You have to be a dad to them and you have to be intentional with them. If you are loving one, you have to love both. You should not distribute your love to one. In fact, even yesterday, I was telling a guy at our workplace, every time the people who come to visit him are the daughters. So I could ask him, where are the men? I say, those men are big, those men. I say, no, you have to distribute the love between the two.
The two.
The children. You mentioned something about money. That when you were getting married, you thought your money is your money. And people are really breaking up because of money. How have you worked out money here?
Money. Yeah,
As
money.
an accountant, let him.
Oh, yeah, let the accountant speak.
In fact, I think for most couples, this is where we get it wrong. When we date, we don't talk about money.
Yes.
When we got married, now we figure out who is supposed to do.
Yes.
And then again, probably she has come from where she has a setup of both parents, where she could see her father doing everything. So when I come in, I come from where we used to live with my aunt, where my aunt also used to do everything for her. So to her, she expected me to be coming home with something. Even me on my side, I'm expecting her
To come with something.
to come with something. So we don't address these issues at the time of dating, and that's where the mistake comes in. And we get to figure it out
In
marriage.
And by the time we figure it out, it can take you 2 years.
Yes.
Or you can break up because of it. Because I can be selfish enough. You just want my money. Every time you speak is about money. And again, even now she could say, you also just want my money. Why should I give you a man? You're supposed to be the provider of this house. Yes, I agree that is my role. But remember now here we are married. So we don't talk about these things. And these things should be talked. Okay, I will urge people who are dating should be talking about money. Like you should be asking me questions. How do you spend your money? How do you use it? When we get married, me and you, when you combine our money, what are we going to do about it? And what are we going to do? So when we got married, as we figure it out
In marriage.
and we had problems.
But you're an accountant.
Of course, I'm an accountant.
I think you should. Okay, I'm thinking now you know how to manage money.
Let me tell you, managing money in marriage and in a professional field,
It's two different
those two things are very different. True. You may think you are smart.
Yes.
Wait till you get married.
Oh.
You may think you are smart, you know everything.
You've been telling us CPA 4.
CPAs are here.
Stage 4.
Stage 4. In fact, even my degree is in accounting.
So where was the problem?
The problem with money at that time, in fact, when we got the baby, our issue started when we got our baby. And when we got our baby, she was on contract. So the contract stopped. So she could not get any income. So everything was coming from me. With the small resource that I have, I had to support her and I had to balance everything. Remember also, I have a sister that I take care of. Everything. So I had to balance all this ecosystem into one. So it wasn't enough. On her side, she feels I'm not giving her enough. So you start fighting about small issues. Oh, you give money to others, and me, I'm here. When your friends ask you for money, you dish out, me, I need this, and you're not doing anything to me. So the tussle started. Now also you yourself, you're feeling, I'm also using a lot of money and I'm not even saving anything. It's like a zero-sum balance. Why am I married? Why am I married? What am I working for? Because I cannot even enjoy anything. I cannot even enjoy life. So,
and now there's a baby there.
And there's a baby there. You have to take care of the baby. So I think as we started now talking about money
inside
the marriage, now we could say, hey, because we keep on fighting about this thing, we might end up because of this thing. In fact, I remember she left twice.
You have packed and left.
Packed and left. On Friday with the baby, coming back on Sunday. That this one is not doing enough.
I know. And that time you were not working.
That time I was not working.
But you are nursing a
Yes, I was nursing.
And me, I could feel whatever I'm doing,
it's enough.
Is enough to my capability. But to her, you're still not doing enough. And that's where money issues come in marriages. And it's affecting a lot of marriages, and people break up because of money issues. And sometimes you could find, because you have that tussle, as a husband, I can decide to withhold now my money. Because if it is not enough for you, let me find someone else with this money will be enough for. And the same way, you may decide to get someone else who will give her whatever she wants that I cannot provide. So as we decided to be intentional about money, since I'm in accounts, we have to do now what we call income and expense. Now you have to be free. Like now, look at here, dear. This is what I'm getting. These are our
Expenses.
This is the income. This is what will remain with. Now, do you understand how we are spending our money? So money issues, you have to be open in marriage.
And then also, because I believe in marriage, we can't all be the same. I'm a spendthrift, he's not. And at times I will want something and he'll ask me, is it a need or is it a want? So you have to give an answer.
We don't like that.
We don't like. And every time you ask me that question, I'll get offended, you know. But for him, he became tough so that at least we don't spend much. Because you'll find at times, other time he was not earning a lot. So we had to manage what he was earning. Because my income is not there. So we have to live with what he's getting. Also, he has people he needs to support. And another thing, for me, I'll advise women, we need to be wise. At times, there are some pressures that we give men that tend to make them feel they're not doing enough. You know, the way he said, having a conversation, sitting down, being open with your finances, like, this is what I am getting. Okay, we have rent, we have baby, we have tithe, we have food, we have your mother, you have, you know, all this. I have my sister, all this, and this is what is remaining. So what is remaining is what we need to live with until the next, because he does not get money elsewhere. So it's month to month. So from this month to this month, this is working. So I feel all of us need to be in a space where we are open with our finances. Also, as a lady, you know, we didn't get married because of finances or what he can give me. I got married because there's something I saw in him that is way better than the finances. You know, at times it's good to be understanding of the other partner. If I was the man, you know, if I was the one who is providing and is the lady, how would I want to be treated? How would I want him to talk to me when I don't have anything?
And
that's why
another angle, we should not be short-term. You should not look at things now. That you may say, oh, this is not enough, this is what, because you don't know where God will take you in the next level. So you should look at the bigger goal instead of a smaller goal. So even the Bible says, if you can handle the small resources that I'm giving you, and if I can trust you with it, then I will add you more. So if you cannot handle your 20K, then how do you expect God to bless you with your 50K? So you two, and again, two are better than one. So you have a bigger brain in that home. With that bigger brain, you can talk, decide, and say, now this is the way we go. And God will grow you. And because of that, of me being open. Now these are the resources. So if you put an extra mile on me, I'm also to break. So where will I get an extra income? Unless I start doing something else on the side. But before I do something else on the side, we have to live within this. So do you understand? Or you don't understand. I can take you through budgeting, income, and expenses.
Spenders don't like so. And then you come, then he appears with an Excel sheet.
Like me, Excel sheet.
So I had to take him like now to a school. So for her to understand, this is my world, and this is your world. So where can we meet? And she could come up with ideas like, hey, you have been doing this here. You can remove some of this money here, and take it here, do it here. Me, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me like a time I can do something in the house, and then probably. And that's how she started even the interior in the house. Imagine now if I could have been quiet. And most of us men do not share our.
And then another thing, probably what I want to point out is in marriage, you don't walk alone. You need a team that you can walk with, you know, because when you have a team, you'll get to discover, oh, it's not me who is having this issue alone. Kumbe there is someone else who is having this issue. So me, I'll advise people, it's always good to have a team that you can sit down and talk. Some of the things that you get to encounter, it will be better if you know there's someone else. If this person is handling this, I can also handle this. If this team is handling their, let's say, finances issue, we can also handle. We get to know how do you guys go about.
Yeah.
But at times you find people, they don't like to have a team or people they can work. You seclude yourself aside. So it's like, it's us. Why is it so and so they're doing so well? Why is it us that we're not? Now probably them, they have another issue they are battling. So when you have a team, you get to understand it's not us. There are some issues this team is going through. There is this and this. There are those that all of us are undergoing, and this is how we can tackle and sit. So we have a team also. We had a group that was called Marriage with Purpose, and majority of all finances issues was one of the issues everyone would, and we'll sit down, Google, find out how do we tackle such things.
In fact, we could have studies.
Studies.
We could have presentations about money.
So we give this couple this time, you're the one who is going to do a presentation. Go do research, come and teach us. The other time, go do research, and then we sit down, you bring your ideas and your research together, and you find ways on how
to handle
Yeah.
it. Oh.
Money is an issue.
It is.
It is not before you get married.
Yeah. But also the best thing is handle it also when you're not yet
Married.
Get to understand how do you spend your money, how would you want to handle money when you get, don't talk about, because people talk about how many kids do you want,
Yes.
how
Where do
many
you want to
rooms,
live?
where do you want to live,
Yes.
what type of car do you want. But now you see, they're not talking about the hard issues. Like, if God does not give us a baby, what
what will
happens?
you
Yeah, what will you do? If you get to lose job, what will you do? So those are the tough questions. It's good to have good, and also it's good to have
Have
a tough talk.
Tough
If you read a book on, there's a Miles Monroe book on dating, saying dating stage is about questions.
Yeah.
Have those hard talks. Where are you from? What does your dad do? Is he a witch? Is he not a witch? So that you should know where you are going. Is he a pastor? What does your mom do? Have those tough talks. How do you handle your money?
Get to understand their family. How do they live? You know, so that, like you say, for him, if we had those hard talks, probably he would have understood me better on anger issues about my family. You know, because you'll find some of the anger issues are brought. You carry them from where you've grown to your marriage. So if you get to understand where your partner is coming, how do they live, their siblings, like that. So it becomes easy for you even when you get married, you know how to handle this person. Is your mother a single mother? Yes. How does your mother raise you? You know, like that. Does your mother have someone else? You know, those are the things that you get to understand when you're dating.
It's not about chips and pizza.
Yeah, it's
I can't let this one go. Where were you going on Friday and coming back on Sunday?
my sister is dying.
Twice.
Why did you come back?
In fact, one day, there's a lady, she was going, she met a lady in the stairs. That
a
lady
neighbor.
told her, go back.
Go back to your house. Where are you going?
Really?
Mercy, these things happen. Why are you carrying your bags? Take your bags to the house. Go back and sort out the issue. That's the lady who made me go. I thank that lady.
Thank you.
Thanks that
Or
lady.
else, one day you might come back and find someone else. in
Yes,
that house.
that's what that lady told me. So I had to go back. Yeah.
And then from there, I think we learned.
I only left twice. From there, I have never.
I see marriage is a journey.
Yes.
We learn. So from there, we decided anytime we have issues, we will not sleep until it is resolved.
Yeah.
Even if it is 3 a.m. Cry if you want to cry. Abuse me if you want to abuse me. Talk the way you want to talk. I will listen. But this thing, we have resolving it. Yeah.
And at times we will go until the morning. We are talking, solving issues, crying like that. So we made it intentionally that we are not going. But I think the last time I left, I was about to leave, and then the neighbor told me to go back. I think that was the last time, and we sat down and we said no more leaving.
Yeah.
And I think we agreed. If you see me parking, go lock that door until we sort out
the issue.
Wow. And from that time we've never.
So that's our mantra.
But you have never left.
No.
Me, I've never left.
Never pack. You know, men don't pack.
I've been
They
left.
just disappear. They just disappear. So this far, 12 years later, what would you tell someone is the key to a healthy marriage? Someone wants to last. Someone like me. and to get to 12?
One, you should be a good communicator. Always in marriage, don't keep quiet on what you feel. Always say it. Even if it is a small issue, talk about it. Say, this is how I feel about the situation. Sometimes men, we pretend we don't hear, but trust me.
You hear?
We listen.
And you understand?
We understand.
Then where does the problem come?
Even if you see me like looking at you like, no, we cannot do this. Men do listen. It's only that we don't want our ego to be crushed, but we do listen. So speak it out. Whether that man pretends that he's ignoring you or not, he will listen. That one I can assure you. Men do listen. Even if you go ahead and do something against your wishes, you'll find a man telling a fellow man, by the way, my wife told me this thing, so I don't know what I will go and tell her that this thing failed. You say, men, we do have those boys talk. And we sometimes we agree, no, my wife, she really told me about this thing. And me, I went ahead and did it. And it has failed. So I'll go back home and pretend everything is all right. But if you keep on saying, and then for a man, you keep on, you have to repeating.
Now that is where the problem comes
they're like
in.
babies.
They're like babies. You have to repeat it. Serious talk, you have to repeat it.
Repeats over and over again.
Like for her nowadays, I know when there's a serious talk. If she comes and takes the remote,
switches off
in the TV, I know now today there's something serious. But if it's just that talk, I know there's nothing too much here serious. But over the years you learn, now this is a serious or if she calls you, we need to talk. I know this is
serious.
But men do listen.
They do listen.
We listen. We pretend not to sometimes, but we do.
Stop pretending. Let's
just be you. I know.
What would you say is the key to a healthy marriage?
I think commitment is what I'll say works best. Be committed to each other, commit to your marriage. Yes, you might have good communication. That's him. You might have good communication. You might. I support all that. They work. Have those talks about finances, plan and all that. But are you committed to that person? Be intentional with that particular person. I believe when God brings two people together, it's not in vain. God has a purpose of bringing two people together. Be committed to that marriage. Be committed to your spouse, and then the communication and all that will follow. When I'm committed, I'll say as much as he has weakness, I will still stick to this person, because I'm committed to him. Yes. And also another thing I'll say, marriage is workable. Even at that particular point you are, marriage is still workable. You just need to be intentional with your partner, and also the other partner also needs to be intentional, sit down, and then make the marriage that you want. It does not mean that now your marriage is not working, it cannot work. It can still work.
It can still work,
yes,
even from here.
Even from now, your marriage can still work.
It can work. And in every marriage, two are always opposite.
Yes.
So when one is high, one has to go down. Even me sometimes, I apologize for things I have not done. So that
there is peace,
calm down.
Then we talk.
Then later you can say, you remember me, I didn't do that by the way. I just had to say sorry so that you should calm down first. So get to know your partner's points where you can press. Sometimes you can see anger and you can say, today I cannot even say much issue. Let me just walk away for her to cool down. But if our egos all go up,
there's nothing we can do.
Fire in that home. Fire in that home.
Have you had intercultural challenges?
Not really. Not really. I think also in our place, we have so many Kamba ladies.
But for us, that time they had, when you marry a lady from Kamba, you're the people who go to cook. So for them, they cooked their own meal. They cooked fish, omena, ugali brown, those traditional foods. Yes, and we had to eat. They said, if you're the ones who are coming to cook, we are not cooking rice. We will cook our traditional food.
My uncle talks about it up to today. He has never seen a culture where men go and cook. Ladies home.
Oh, when they came visiting.
Yes, when you marry a Kamba lady, when you're the ones who cook. So as we sit down, you cook for us.
In your own house?
Yes, in our own house. That is now when you're coming to bring the dowry. So you carry your aunts, all that. We give you firewood, water, everything that you need to cook. Then you get to as we sit down, we relax.
Can I hire people?
Yeah,
you can hire people. But as long as it's you doing it. As we will sit down and... But for them, they didn't hire. They wanted... that experience.
The experience.
So she got aunts, sisters, and all that. We came. We had a nice time.
But in marriage, there's nothing cultural that.
No.
Yeah. No, because you were born in Nairobi.
Yeah, we were born in Nairobi.
You are Nairobi.
Yeah.
Wow. So you had lost a job.
Yeah. No. Now, say after I lost a job, raised the baby.
Yes.
I went back to work.
Oh, you went back to work.
Yes, I got another job. So I worked there for 8 years, but still doing my side hustle. But now, it came a time where the business went down. The finances were not well with that business. So I worked there for 1 year without pay.
Oh.
Yes, I worked there for 1 year without pay. You know that kawad that says that... where God blesses you, do your best.
Oh, yeah. Do it as unto
I used to do it very well. Like someone who is not paid, I would dress well, look well, go to work. And I did that for 1 year. And I remember there's one morning I woke up and I told my husband, I think I am quitting. Enough, it's enough. And I told my husband I need now to focus on Aloche Interiors fully. That time at least I used to work on weekends, but now I want to do it fully. And I remember I prayed to God and I told God, I want to take a risk with you. This year, I think I am ready to take a risk with you. I remember it was in March. And that's how I resigned. So when I resigned, I started my business. And I got a lot of support from my husband. He has been the man behind. At times I would go to customers' site using his car and I'll get a contract. With Kenya, kwanza when someone is about to give you money, they have to see how you're arriving, how you're looking, And that time I didn't have a car, If you go with an Uber, that business goes away.
Yes.
So at times he will sacrifice his car for me. At times he will use a matatu on rainy season so that at least I'm able to go to a project with a car. So that at least, because you'll go to a project and the customer will say, let me escort you. And this escorting is not normal escorting. It's just an escort to see how have you arrived, how have you come. So most of the projects that I got is because I used his car. So I got a lot of support from him, a lot of sacrifices that he gave for my business. And I thank God.
Wow.
I thank God the far we've come. So it has been God. It has grown, and I've seen the faithfulness of God.
In the business.
So now I'm running a team of 18 to 20 people.
Oh, nice.
And we are still growing, and we are trusting God for more. Maybe.
Well, many men, sometimes when you see a man sacrificing everything for a woman on Twitter, they are called simps. Explain.
Umewekwa.
Yes. How can you give her your car? How can
you when you get married, as a man, you have to look at the bigger picture. I'm in corporate world.
Yes.
She has been there, but not that too much. In corporate world, there are some openings which come to you if you do certain thing.
Yes.
If I walk to our office, some offices when I walk with a t-shirt, stuff won't happen.
Yes.
But when I go with a suit, they will listen to me more.
Yes.
That's how the world... you see, the way the Bible say you have to be cunning as a serpent, and sometimes as calm as a dove.
Yeah.
As an eagle or as a dove, something like that. So the way the system of the world operates is not the way the system of Christianity operates.
Yes.
And we are on this earth, and you have to understand how this earth operates. So it's not about being a simp or what, but when your presence of mind is in this reality, because whatever she does, it will affect me at one point or not. So you have to look at the bigger vision. So if she tells you she's going to a client, the first question you're asking her, where? You hear the place, then you tell her, my friend, don't take an Uber there, or just don't walk in. Take the car. And sometimes she goes to places when she goes with the car, even there's no discussion, she gets the job. You understand? Because that's how the system of the world works. So don't be blinded with this, that, tumeomba. Have wisdom too. Have wisdom. Be in the reality and be in the know. So to me that is like, these are earthly things. We are going to leave it here. So whether she takes it or not, it's fine. It's fine.
But you have to give her all the support in the business.
Give your. See, I told you about this hand. These two fingers don't leave each other. So support your woman.
And then there are days he will work on weekends. You'll find he does not rest on weekends just to take me somewhere, because at that time I didn't know how to drive. So I had to look for someone to drive me. So on weekends he will offer to take me. He gave me support. Where I am now, it's because I had a back person who kept pushing me, someone who gave me the support that I wanted. And I am grateful that God gave me someone who saw a vision in me and stood with that vision and pushed that vision.
Wow. And that's what marriage is about.
And men should learn to listen to their wives. Because she told me like twice, I'm resigning. The first time I said no.
The second time he said no.
The third time I said, it is well.
Because you are not being paid.
It is well.
It is well.
You're adding no, whatever you're doing is adding no value. So it's okay. Just listen.
Listen to your wives. Husbands. Not me who are saying.
Yes. And now we thank God. God has been with us. We've seen God in our business. Yes, that's what we can say.
Interior design, your plug. If you're looking for an interior designer, she's your plug. We just had to put that in there to show that we still have husbands who actually support their women. Wow.
She might even employ me in the future.
Please. Are you looking for a driver?
Not driver, maybe an accountant.
An accountant.
Yes, maybe an accountant.
An accountant. Nice. I would like you to talk to a woman who is in the waiting for a child or has lost a child. What encouragement would you give?
Okay. What I'll say, there's a season for everything, even in the book of Ochollas talks about seasons, and this is the season where God has placed you, the season of waiting. In that season, probably God is trying to teach you something or trying to pass something to you. And at times we find in that period of waiting, most women tend to be bitter with God. Most people tend to drift away from God. Many women tend to question God. And most women, they don't want anything to do with God. But probably what I'll want to point out is that on your waiting season, there's a reason why God has placed you for that purpose, for that specific. And me, I believe when God takes you through fire, it's for his name to be glorified, for his name to be seen, And probably God has chosen you to be a tool in that particular time. So mine is just to encourage you. Even as you wait, don't lose your hope in God. Don't be bitter in your journey with God. I know if God restored to us, if God gave us a second baby, a third baby, God can still do it to you.
Yeah.
I have seen people conceive even in their 15th year in marriage. I have seen people who have even conceived at their 50s.
Yeah.
So we still serve a God. And he's a God of impossibility. Where there is no road, there is a road.
Yes.
So you'll be crushed. You know, you'll get at times where people will ask you, when are you getting a baby? You know, family, that pressure of family. You'll get a place whereby people will look down on you because you don't have a baby. But in that process, never lose your hope in God.
Yeah.
Never lose your faith in God. Look for a word that you'll stand with.
Yes.
A word that you'll walk with. Tell God, this is what I am believing in.
Yeah.
This is what I am trusting in you. You know, and this God will amaze you. At his appointed time, he will come through for you.
Amen.
He will bless you.
Amen.
Take it as a testimony, because I believe when God gave me, when God took us through that process of waiting, there is something that God wanted people to learn out of my story. You know, that God is a God of restorer. He takes and he still blesses.
Yes.
You know, so this God will still bless you.
Amen.
Even when you feel like you've reached at that point where you feel like enough is enough, just hold on a little longer.
Yeah.
Just keep on holding on God. And as I've said, look for a word, stand with that word, and look for a team, a group of, because a journey you can't walk alone also.
Yes.
You need people who can walk with you. Look for, I know there are communities where there are ladies who are waiting, like I'm in one. Like you see the one that she's called who? The wife to DJ Soxy.
Oh.
Yeah, Shiko. Yeah, the ladies who suffer from PCOS and they are still trusting God. Look for a team, so that when you work with a team, you get to see someone gets blessed. You're telling God, if you can bless this woman, I know mine is coming. You know, you get to celebrate with women who have been blessed, trusting God for you, and people who will walk with you, people who will stand with you, people who will encourage you. Because when you're alone, you get depressed. When you're alone, you get to think alone. When you're alone, you feel like God has left you. But when you have a team, at least you know God is in the process of blessing. I am next.
Yes.
If God has blessed this person, I am next. So hold on there. Don't give up. Hold on there. Me, I know God. He's a God who never fails.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. Wow, that was encouraging. To a man who's feeling overwhelmed with responsibility. Yes, hustling the whole day. Yeah, what would you encourage a husband out here?
I will encourage a husband to a man who is hustling and feels that he does too much in the home, and he feels that he is not supported, and he feels like things are getting away, are being taken away from him.
Yes.
I will tell that man, the greatest gift that God has given you is in that home. Be open to your wife.
Yes.
Be open to your wife. There's something I've learned in Man Enough about hands. Yes, from Rev Baby. Like a man, you have to take initiative.
Yes.
But you see, when you take initiative, like these two hands,
2 fingers.
these 2 fingers can, sometimes you can get it right, you cannot get it wrong. And a man, you have to live responsibly, and you can see these 2 fingers.
Oh, this is
sometimes,
responsible.
Sometimes you can get it right, sometimes they can crash, you can get it wrong. And you can see sometimes here a man, you have to live sacrificially, and sometimes you can get it right or wrong. But here, you see this hand, you have to love faithfully. You cannot even try to.
This one you can't do anywhere. By the way, no, it's actually true.
It's actually true.
These ones can't move.
They cannot move.
Wait.
So, yeah.
Okay, now I have to make sure.
Yeah. So your blessing is actually inside there. Learn how to trust your woman. Be open to your woman. And as you lead, they tend to follow. In fact, the lady in your house will give you better ideas than what you think you have, and they will propel you to your vision, and you can able to achieve a lot if you listen.
Yes.
So learn how to listen. Don't feel everything is being taken out of you, and be a good explainer. If something is not workable, tell her that this is not workable, but what do you think? Something like that. Just be open in marriage.
And probably maybe I can, because also on waiting, the men are also on waiting. So probably what I'll advise as a man, if you have a lady who is waiting, it's good to be supportive, you know, just be a support to that woman. Just encourage that woman, pray with that woman, let her know that it's not the end of it, you know, I am still here regardless of everything. You know, words of affirmation, and those are the things that women will like to hear when we are on waiting.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for coming. I've already learned a lot, and I know you have also learned a lot. We thank God when we see marriages like yours that have overcome, not perfect, but you're still holding on to your commitment to one another. So thank you so much for coming and sharing your story. We pray that the Lord will cover your marriage, cover your family. Amen. And when you get to 50, or when are we doing a big 20? I hear there's an age, a number that you need to put on a head and renew your vows again. We pray that comes to pass for you. Thank you so much for watching. We know that you have learned a lot. Let us know in the comment section as we continue growing and learning together. From us, it's goodbye. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.